live and direct from anywhere in the world. It's The Kelly Show with Dr. Kelly Mondesire.
Hello and welcome back to The Kelly Show, real people with real stories in real time. And if you didn't know by now who I am, I'm Dr. Kelly Mondesire. I'm the creator and your hostess with the mostest. So today's fun fact about me is in 1994, I was in Moscow and I would make peanut butter sandwiches for my friend the bear. So if you'd like to hear about what I was doing in Moscow in 1994 and the story about my friend the bear, you're just going to have to subscribe to the show on YouTube and tune in for part one of my special birthday show airing Tuesday, December 10th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Well, enough of me. Today, I have an amazing guest on the show. She's in the green room right now, but I want to describe her in these words: brave, bold, beautiful, brilliant. I could go on with the alphabet, but I'll just leave it at that. She is a friend, and I'm honored and grateful for her friendship. And she is one of the most kindest and generous individuals I have met in a very long time. She's an authoress, a public speaker, a global consultant, and an influencer, and very much more. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome to the Kelly Show, Ms. Rachel Beck. Rachel, please. Thank you for coming on to the show. Hello.
Hello, and thank you so much for having me. And you are an incredible, magnificent, beautiful woman. And I appreciate your kind words, and they mean a lot. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, my friend. So, Rachel, you have one of the most unusual stories I've heard in a very long time. And your story begins with "I am born," and it continues and continues in a very, very different way than most people. Could you please tell our guests where and how you were born and how you got to the United States, please?
Absolutely, and thank you for asking. I was born in Tamil Nadu, which is southern India. My biological mom died 2 days after giving birth. I am looking for my biological father. I was put in the home of a founder of an orphanage. I was dropped off there, and she made the choice to take me in. And then I was adopted by an incredible people that are ex-New Yorkers and that lived in my first home was actually Jersey till I was 4 years old, and then moved outside Philadelphia and grew up there.
Well, do you remember this photo? Where was it taken, and what was your dolly's name?
You know, I don't remember this photo. I only have a couple photos from my time in India. And I was too young to remember it, but these photos are precious to me. You know, my parents gave them to me when I was older because they know it's all I have of my time in India. So when I go back to the orphanage, there are people, I stay at the orphanage, and there are people who are able, that are still living in their 80s or 90s, that are able to unlock a lot of pieces of information for me.
Wow. Well, you have such an intense look about you, even as a baby. And we have another adorable photo of you that Gareth can put up. Look at this. Look at the intensity of your gaze. I wondered who or what you were looking at that point. Was this also in India, or was this in the States?
This is Jersey. This is when I was there. And I'm actually, you can see like a shoe in the background. I have to ask my parents that question. Because you can see I'm sitting in someone's lap. I'm assuming it was one of my grandfathers or so, yeah. And I've always, when they sent me this photo, I started laughing because I still have that same face. When I'm deep in thought, I still make the same exact face. So I smiled when I saw this photo.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I'm glad you don't look at me with that intense gaze. I would be running and hiding.
It's just deep thought that's going on in my. I'm a very, very deep thinker. So that's the face. Or I was looking at my grandfather and listening to him. It's one or the other. I have no
Wow.
idea.
But you were precious. You were just adorable. But let's go back to growing up in New Jersey. Indian, Jewish. That is a very unusual combination. I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood, and I didn't know any Jewish people of any other ethnic background except for Sephardic or Ashkenazi. I didn't see any Asian Jews, no Black Jews, except for Sammy Davis Jr. on the TV, and certainly no Indian Jews. So talk to me. What was that like growing up? What was that journey like? And I'm sure it presented some challenges, or, do tell.
It was very challenging. We don't have the global world we have now. We don't have the technology to connect with people. I did okay when I went to Jewish private school, where everybody was Jewish. I was the only colored person in the school. My problems came when I switched to public school, and that was really difficult for me. And I wasn't happy again until I left and went for school. And like you were talking about, it's a rarity. But I had the most incredible experience. I spent a summer in Israel in the 90s, and I was on a kibbutz for 2 weeks. It was one of those teen tours. And this girl happened to come up to me. She tapped me on the shoulder and she said, "Rachel, would you like to come for Shabbat dinner?" I turned around and she was an Indian Jewish girl. We were all about like 16. That night, I went to a family's house that invited me in. I had Shabbat dinner, and the entire table was Indian Jewish people.
Wow.
I could not believe it. It is one of those memories that I'll never forget, that she reached out and said, "Come have Shabbat dinner with us." Now life has changed. My rabbis, who I'm very close to, one of them sent me a book on the history of Jews in India that I sat, didn't move, learned all the history. So it's challenging, it's challenging now. I'm pretty vocal that I'm an Indian Jewish woman through the work that I do as an influencer, but it has new challenges. I have dealt with so much racial issues, and on top of that, I deal with a lot of anti-Semitic issues. It's very, very challenging.
Thank you for sharing that. Wow.
You're welcome.
Well, moving forward, what was your original career before you went into consulting and influencing? What is your background?
My background was actually quite interesting, and everything I've done allows me to do what I'm doing today. I was a teacher in my 20s. I taught for a very long time. I ran a photography business, and I did photography across this world. That is one of my passions. And because I went to school, I minored in psychology and gender studies, I have an understanding of human behavior. I also worked in the restaurant industry when I was in my 20s. So I would, teach in the morning, then go work at the restaurant at night and on the weekends. But everything I've done has made me who I am.
Wow. And, people who see influencers with a great number of followers, as you do, they, as any other celebrity, they think everything is fine, fuzzy, and wonderful. However, fame and celebrity comes with many different challenges that are behind the scenes, behind the camera, in your personal life. Could you talk about some of those challenges that you have faced being a very prominent influencer, please?
I'd be happy. And I'm glad that you asked that question, because I wake up every day to, your life is great, wonderful, perfect. Being a life of an influencer is glamorous. Your job is easy. My job is not easy. That's one of the biggest mistakes. Not many people could take care of 250,000 people like I do every day. There is another side to fame that's very, very scary. Very, very scary. And I've had to do what I've had to do to protect myself. And I will continue to do that. It's very scary. You have to know that if you're going to get into this. You have to understand that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. I've known many different celebrities, having had a 22-year career in television, and there's a reason why they have bodyguards, some of which whom I used to train with in the gym. Yeah. Okay. I would like to ask you, what wakes Rachel Beck up in the morning?
Besides coffee, because I'm a huge coffee drinker. Besides coffee, I am trying to help as many people as I can in this world. People need serious help now. I mean, very serious help because of everything going on in this country, what's going on in this world. My network is a symbiotic relationship. Some people have been with me since day one. I love my network very, very much. Right now, I get up to help people's dreams come true. I have the ability to do that because of my network. When people are like, hey, I want to meet so-and-so, or I need help with X, Y, and Z. Do you know the right person that you can introduce me to? I'm a master connector. It's one of the things that I do. So if you came to me and you said, Rachel, I need the best ever in X, Y, and Z field, I'm going to know that person and I'm going to connect you with them.
Well, I was blessed to have met you vis-a-vis our mutual friend Lee Tunny Ware, who actually in a networking event said, Rachel, reach out to Kelly, reach out to Rachel. And, I have to admit, I was a little intimidated because I had heard so much about you, but I found we had such mutual common ground in our likes, our dislikes. We both love bread.
Yes, we do.
You still have to come over and I'll make you a nice challah on a Friday night.
I'm so excited about that.
But that is true. And you were so warm and gracious in saying, sure, I'll meet Kelly. And my gosh, we have such synergy and such kindred souls and desires, but you make people's dreams come true. And my dream come true, one of them is to have you on this show. I'm thrilled, I'm honored. But however, Rachel, have your dreams come true?
No, but I'm working on them.
Okay.
No, I have 2 dreams that I'm working on that it's going to help humanity in a massive, massive way. It's going to change everything.
Is that a secret or can you tell?
No, it's a secret. The world will know. The world will know when I'm done. There's two different dreams that are going to help a lot of people. One of them is concerning mental health because I'm deeply, deeply passionate about mental health.
Good. God bless. Well, whatever I can do to help, let me know.
Thank you.
Anyone in my personal network that is listening and seeing this show today, if you would like to help Rachel, DM me and I'll see what I can do about that. Okay, now you, aside from your many accomplishments, you do a lot of consulting and public speaking, and you've written a book.
I wrote 1 book, and I'm actually in the co-wrote another one with one of my friends that'll be coming out, and I am working on another book. It's interesting because it'll probably take me some time to finish it because whenever I get back on my laptop to write it, things in my life have changed drastically this year. So it's gonna be that story. That's what it's gonna be.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna be signing up for a copy, and hopefully I'll get an autographed copy.
Absolutely, you will. I'm gonna hand deliver it. That's what I'm gonna do.
We'll break bread.
Yes.
We won't cut it. We'll break it. We'll tear it.
That's the way you're supposed to do. That's how I grew up.
I'm a good trickster.
Yeah. Exactly.
A good trickster. So let me ask you this. If you could give one piece of advice to any person, young or old, male, female, whatever, who has a desire to start something new, who would have the desire, has the desire to be an entrepreneur, whether it's to open up their own business or open or begin a sports club or a yoga group, whatever it is, big, small, great, financial, not reaping financial, what piece of advice would you give to them?
Be a kind human being. It is that simple, because kindness is what opens every single door.
Okay.
And that's, I look for kind people all day long. Those are my people. I only keep kind and positive people inside my network. And then I put a big bubble around them. That's what I do to protect them, because I believe in karma. I believe in energy. So that is the only energy I'm going to put around my network.
Okay.
There is, people think it frustrates me, and I do videos about this all the time. They glamorize being an entrepreneur. There's nothing glamorous about being an entrepreneur. It is long nights. It is extremely hard work. It is ups and downs. It's not meant for everybody. It's not meant for everybody. The responsibility and everything falls on you and nobody else. And so I actually did a post 2 weeks ago saying, please stop glamorizing being an entrepreneur. There's nothing glamorous about it at all whatsoever.
I agree with you. I've been an entrepreneur since I'm 27 years old, and that's a long time now. And I agree. Long nights, overnights, doubles, triples, no sleep, being underneath consoles, hooking up wires, whatever. If it doesn't go right the first time, even in medicine, being an entrepreneur, you have to create your business model, take care of the billing, make sure the patients are well taken care of, and then do a tremendous amount of reading and research so you can stay current. Not only that, the CEU courses and, et cetera, et cetera. But I have a really provocative question for you, if you don't mind.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have accomplished so much in your life so far. However, with all you have done and all you were going to accomplish in your future, how would you like to be remembered when you leave this world this time?
Kelly, if you stood up at my funeral and you and Gareth stood up at my funeral and you said the following words, Rachel tried her hardest every day to make this world a better place, I would be happy.
Well, we're recording this, so we won't forget.
Thank you.
That gives me chills because it's so simple. It's so humble. I have no words for that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But I will remember that. So, so let's leave it at this. We have a tradition on the Kelly Show. But before we get to that, if anyone would like to reach out to Rachel, we have her contact information here.
Thank you.
Rachel does respond to all her queries. So don't think because she's a big shot that she won't. You can reach her here. We've put up the contact information. But let's go back to you, Rachel. We have a tradition on the show. If you could name one person, place, thing, or experience that you are grateful or thankful for. So we're going to go full screen to you so everyone can see your beautiful face while you give us this answer.
First of all, that was a phenomenal question. So thank you so much. I am a person who's grateful every single day. I'm grateful for my family, for my friends. There's not a day that goes by that I don't have gratitude. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for Gareth. I am working really hard. One of the things that I'm working, which you both know, I'm working very hard on is bringing back manners and etiquette to this world because I went to etiquette school. So it's really important to me. That's something that's missing in society. And that's something also going back to your question. And I think it's crucial now more than ever that we bring back manners to society.
All right. Well, I agree. And honestly, I've just moved down to the South recently. And what I love about the South is it's yes, please, no, thank you, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And every time someone calls me Miss Kelly, I feel like Miss Daisy. I feel like the car is going to pull up and I'm going to get into the back seat. But however, it's a beautiful thing, manners. And yes, I agree with you. More people should be taught manners as children, to be respectful and kind. And no matter what the situation is, to be gracious. So Rachel, thank you so very much for being on the Kelly Show. I hope you'll come back another time.
It would be my honor and privilege, and thank you for having me. It would absolutely be my honor and privilege. Anytime you just send me a text and I'll show up.
Well, that's great because when either your next project is complete or your next book comes out, come on down and we'll do a book launch. We'll talk about the book and what it's all about. Or if you've got anything that you want to bring to a even broader audience, I don't know, we don't have what you have, but we're getting there. Please come on to the show. You're welcome any day. And of course, when I get all the boxes out of here at the new place, you got to come visit, and we'll make and bake and tear that bread and have a nice bottle of wine to go with it.
It sounds phenomenal. I'm looking forward to it. And I want to thank you, Dr. Kelly and Gareth. Thank you for coming on my show, and I can't wait to share that with the world.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. Well, Garrett's waiting with bated breath. He can't wait. He's brushing up his hat. Well, thank you, Rachel. Thank you. God bless, and I'll speak with you soon. And folks, if you would like to be on The Kelly Show, email us. We have the contact information right down here. See it. Yeah, email us. Tell us where in the world you are, a brief paragraph about what your story is, but more importantly, why you would like to be on The Kelly Show. And we'll get back to you. We'll respond. You might just see yourself up here too. So if you would please subscribe to The Kelly Show. We're on YouTube. All right. We've got the subscription information down here on the trailer. Subscribe. Stay tuned. We've got a lot more coming your way. Don't forget, we've got a great special coming up December 10th, where I am going to be interviewed by Shelley and Kilty, and you'll get to hear a little bit more about who I actually am. So that's it for now. Ciao for now. Stay tuned. Peace and love. Gareth, take it away.
If you would like to be a guest on The Kelly Show, send us an email with your contact information, where in the world you are, and a brief description of the story you'd like to share today.